Hey everyone, it's David, Holiday for Two, and today I want to talk about the pros and cons of boondocking camping versus campground camping, and what are the pros of each one and which one might be for you. So here goes, boondocking versus campground camping. Let's go.
So someday when my ship comes in, I know just what we'll do. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two.
Each one of those different styles of camping has advantages and disadvantages. Example, a boondocking camping pro. If you are boondocking, you can boondock and camp with as large a group as you like. We've had groups of as many as 35 people in our group, and we've had as many as 6, 7, 8 different rigs. Some people had tents, some people had tent campers, some people had fifth wheel trailers, some had toy haulers, and some, like us, had their motorhome. And so it really depends on what it doesn't really matter what you have to camp with. The important thing is that you can have as large a group when you're boondocking as you want. And so that's a huge pro for boondocking.
Like I said, being in a large group and spreading out is one of the positives of boondocking or dispersed camping. Sometimes it's not always easy for us to get our rigs within the trees and make spots, but we usually do find a way to make it happen. When we do have room, and there's enough ways to do it, we like to tuck our rigs within the trees and kind of build our own campsite. Like I said, circle the wagons. And at the end of the day, we'll just spend some time relaxing, put up our hammocks, pull a good book out, and just read. And that's fun. Or if you have friends and family that you want to spend some time with, go out and do a little target shooting. That's something you can't do in a public campground. And it's always fun to get on the ATVs and explore the trails. If you have that ability, there's so much more you can do. It expands your possibilities in camping. Getting out, going for rides, and spending time in the company of friends. And at the end of the day, we have a tradition in our group. We all like to get together around a big bonfire. Everybody gathers their favorite chairs, collects up their favorite beverage, and comes over to the campfire for the evening to swap stories and good times, play music as loud as you want, and no rules. You can stay up as late as you want and make as much noise as you want. One drawback in boondocking or dispersed camping is the weather. One should always keep an eye on the weather. As in this outing that we took recently up to the Blue Ridge Mountains in Arizona. And boy, did it rain.
Well, it's been raining now for about half an hour. And you can see how the road looks. There's the road up there.
I don't know exactly how much it rained, but it poured.
It's really coming down. I would say it's about 2 inches of rain. Wow. Maybe 2.5. A lot of rain.
That's way back there where the Jeep, you see the Jeep was kind of over there. That's where we were. And slipped a little bit, but look at my tires. I got a good coating of mud on those things. Jeez. And then these tires are kind of coated, so I have to shake them off a little bit. But hey, at least got out. Whew.
So what's a pro for regular camping? Now, one advantage to regular camping, and we've done both, is that we can make reservations ahead of time. So let's say you want to go someplace, like we like to go to the beach in California, or we like to go to a campground in Yellowstone. If you want to go to Yellowstone, here's a little tip. If you plan to go to Yellowstone next summer, start start booking your campsite in December. So that's coming up pretty soon. If you want to make a trip somewhere like a Yellowstone or Lake Tahoe or one of the big national parks, you need to get in there and start making your reservations as much as 6 months ahead of time. And I usually go in on the websites for the national parks, campground reservations, and I get in there 6 months to the day of the day that I want to camp. So if I'm going to camp in June, I want to start booking my campground reservation in December.
And this is a good example. When we camped up in Lake Tahoe, I reserved these spots about 6 months out, and they filled up. This was a little spot up near Lake Tahoe that we stayed at. It was part of the Thousand Trails network, but it was a lot of fun. We had power, we had cable TV, we had all the luxuries. And we were close enough to town that we could drive in, and this was on the 4th of July weekend of all times. And we could drive into town, go down to the lake, spend a little time down there, and just had a great time. And when the trip was finally over a couple days later, we had breakfast on the last day, and oh, was it so good. Blueberry pancakes, coffee, and bacon. We even got to spend a little boondocking time on the way up to Yosemite at a place just up the road near Lee Vining. I found a nice little boondocking spot on the highway. If I get a chance, I'll put a pin drop in this video so you can see where this is at. If you're going up to a boondocking spot on the way up to Yosemite, it's on the back way up the 395 where the 120 goes up the back way into Yosemite. And just up the highway, there's a mobile station right there. I'm going to show you, zoom in here. There's a little road here that cuts off, and I'll zoom in on it. There are a couple of spots here which are really nice if you're a small single van, or like we were, a small motorhome, that you can tuck in and camp for the night. And I think we camped right in that spot right there. But there's also other spots up the way. So there's a little option for you if you're on your way into Yosemite and you want to camp for the night as you're going up the back way here into Tioga Pass, which is kind of a pretty way to go into Yosemite. Hope that helps you when you're looking for a boondocking spot there. Once we got up to Yosemite, we had a little campsite. There was no power available at Yosemite, but there is shuttle buses that take you everywhere around there that you can go. But like I told you earlier, you've got to reserve these spots well ahead of time, because when they are available, they are grabbed up fast.
I'm going to need some mow the grass.
I don't remember how much they were. I want to say like $30 a night, but I could be wrong. But this was right in Yosemite Valley. Just beautiful. Lots of trails to walk around on. A shuttle bus that takes you anywhere you want to go in the valley. This is one of our favorite spots as well. This is a Silver Strand State Beach in San Diego, California. We've been here many times. My wife loves it. It is one of those few campsites that you can get right on the beach in almost any size of rig that you can think of. There's 30 amp hookups available, but you do have to contend with the crowds, so that's a negative. There are strict campground rules that limit your fun sometimes, but there are sights to see in the vicinity. But oh, the views of the beach and just relaxing on the beach. And oh, I'll say it again, the beach and the sunsets. Now, sites like this are difficult to plan if you have a large group because spots are limited. So if you're planning something like a family reunion or a large group camping, then probably these kind of camp spots aren't for you. Although some campgrounds have group areas available that you can reserve ahead of time. So I hope you enjoyed this and find it helpful, whether you're boondocking or campground camping. Have a great time.